Thank you. Great talks, everyone. We'll save the questions till the end, but before that, the last speaker of the session is a very special guest whom I know very personally because I take care of him. He's James Bachenheimer. He has a history of congenital heart disease. Now he's a thriving middle-aged old man, and he's here with his daughter, and we're very honored to have you here, James. And come on up and share us your experience. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. As Dr. Hospital said, my name is James Bachenheimer. I was born in Long Island, New York in 1981. I'm 41 years old. Next August, I'm going to be 42. My daughter, Brooklyn, she's over there in a little denim jacket. I had my Fontan revision when her mother was pregnant with her, and I had that here. Prior to that revision, I was still in pediatric care, which I had been for all my life. The youth was the easy part because you did have that care team with you. You had your doctors and you had your mom. My mom was always with me. She took amazing care of me. And as a couple of doctors were up here talking about, the mother was tearing up when you're about to turn their child to transition care and have them care for themselves. I could totally understand that. And it's a difficult process for the family. And working on it together with your medical team, with your family, with your patient, must make it a lot easier. Unfortunately, I didn't have that. Growing up, we were always just pediatric patients. As I got older, teens, they were tough. I had a lot of anxiety and a lot of depression about what I had gone through and where I was gonna go, because quite frankly, I never really knew anybody that had HLHS, that had a Fontan, that definitely was not any that were an adult that I knew. So it was a little scary moving forward as a young man. And that led me to make not a lot of great choices. One of them was falling out of care. And when I fell out of care, my health just dwindled. My family eventually left Florida. My sister moved to New Kensington, and it was time for me to go somewhere. My doctor in Florida, Richard Martinez, told me about this real good surgeon that used to work with him named Dr. Morell. So I came here because that's where he was. I met Dr. Bierman, and he started to transition me over to Presby. We'd work with Dr. McNamara over there. Dr. Bierman would talk, and they got to the point where I said, James, we're going to transition you to adult care. We're going to do this Fontan revision. And I started to become a little bit more of my own advocate, a professional patient, which I like to say that term, professional patient. I think it's very important that you know exactly what is going on with you and that you're in the room with your parents when you're learning all this. I had just thought that I had a half a heart. It was half a heart. That's what it was when I was a child. When I started to transition, I learned what HLHS was. I learned I had transposition of the great arteries. I didn't know anything about that. The importance of today's generation getting that, I think, is a difference between falling as a young person and catching yourself and being able to be a successful working individual, a productive individual with a happy, full life. And it really happened here for me. I was on disability. I moved to Pittsburgh just because I thought I was disabled. I had half a heart. Why not, right? So I began to learn a little bit more about myself, that maybe a lot of the things I was going through were mental and anxiety driven, which they were. I believe the heart stuff was not as bad as I had made out to be in my mind. And that's another thing I like to see, what you guys were going over on the slides, which I'm not a slide guy, sorry. But when I see the mental health care and that is so huge, having a mental health psychologist, therapist, whatever it is in your corner that you could talk to and you could tell your emotions to. So, because sometimes that's very hard to do with your parent or even with your cardiologist. So I love seeing what you guys are doing here. It's hugely important. Now, being here and becoming my own advocate, learning about the importance of a healthy diet, learning about the importance of exercise. When I was little, they would tell me, no, don't push it, Jimmy. You know your limits. I feel like now, knowing what this can actually do, that I can really know my limits, know what I could really do, that I could get up in the morning and I do it. I could walk 3.5 miles just fine. I could do a 5K a day. I've done it. I attribute that to being able to go to work and work 50 hours a week, which I just did this week. I sell cars. I'm on my legs a lot. I'm always moving. I'm always doing something. And I outwork a lot of people that have a left ventricle, a right ventricle, and all the atriums and everything they should have. So my prognosis growing up was not as bad as I thought it was. It's quite hopeful. I guess there's some patients over here with it. That's awesome to see too. Other people hit adulthood. That's great. I love it. I honestly really didn't know what to say when I came up here, other than you need to take care of yourself and you need to be your own advocate. You need to sit down with the doctors. You need to be part of the team and you need to know what you can control and worry about that. Worry about what you can do, not the outside influences, because you could do so much. I mean, you have so much to put into your body that is healthy. Exercise, high fiber, low fat, proteins. I know a lot of us have liver problems. I do. I have PLE. So eating healthy is very detrimental to my health. I have to do it, or I'm going to be one of those patients that kicked out of here and I got to go lay in Presby and the food isn't as good. So I don't want to do that. I want to keep moving and I want to keep walking, and I want to eventually see something up there for elderly care and transitioning to that, because I think that's a huge possibility. I'm pretty confident that I could retire Dr. Hoskipel. So I plan to grow an old man together. And I don't think I could do that without programs like this, without doctors like you people here, and without this amazing UPMC health system. And I hope I'm speaking in the mic, sorry. But that's really what I have to say is be your own advocate, be a professional patient, and worry about what you can control. Work together or a team. We all want to be old people, and we're going to get there. And thank you.